So a few things about snowshoeing. First, you're going to keep your feet obviously farther apart. You don't want to hit the person in front of you's snowshoes because they'll fall on their nose. So unless they really deserve it, probably don't want that to happen. Climate change. We get rid of the old visitor center. We want to set a good example. We're doing some other things. You know, like I said, the National Park Service, I think, is one of the first organizations to have it right at the forefront, right at the core of their being when they started back in 1916. You know, the Organic Act said we're going to leave these areas unimpaired for future generations while we enjoy them today. And we're now worried that some of the wildlife could be affected by climate change, among other things. And I ask you to consider what wildlife might first be affected. I'm not going to tell you what that is. What we're going to do is we're going to pretend to be this wildlife.
We live on rocky hillsides.
Hold on. So 3,008, we're about 5,400 feet right here. And rocky hillsides, okay. Keep going.
In summer, we gather piles of plants and dry them in the sun.
So keep that in mind, because you may guess some things that don't do that. So you got to consider only wildlife that would do that. Okay.
We are sometimes called the ventriloquists of the mammal world.
Why would we be called the ventriloquists? We live in these rocky areas. Why would they call us the ventriloquists?
You mimic.
Okay, that's not, in this particular case, what's going on. You live in a rocky, you have this high-pitched and you live in a rocky, hilly area. What's going to happen to that? Wild guesses are okay?
Is it a pika?
Pika. Anybody heard of a pika? Pika, coney, rock rabbit. They are in the rabbit family. Yeah. So one of the issues with them is the fact that they are dependent on having the right temperature for a variety of reasons. One, that high metabolism. So if they get too hot, they can get heat stress and die. So what would you do if you were a pika and it was getting too hot? What would you do besides die?
Hang out in the snow.
You might dig, you might what? Build a vent. Okay, you might also die if we always had winters like we did last winter. They rely on this insulating properties of the snow. And if the snowpack is too low, then they can get cold stress. Of course, our climate scientists are saying, what about future winters? More like this winter or more like last winter down the road? Anybody remember last winter?
That's when it was warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird and warm. So the climate scientists are saying 25, 30, 35 years, we can expect last winter's thing to be the norm. We set a record here for low snowfall in a year's time of 250 inches. We normally average 650 the last 100 years or so. So anyway, yeah, the pikas need the blanket of snow to stay warm and have habitat down there, and they need cool enough temperatures so they don't overheat in the summer. And they're one of the first things to go.